I wonder if this light inside my heart has been right here all along, and I've never noticed it at all. 'Cause every time I stumble down or have to take the long way around, it shines on me forevermore. The distant singing of the bells, if you listen close, it tells a lonely story. Once more I'll push my fears away. All that I endured today will make me stronger. The mere repeating of reality alone aligns the stars and all the wishes they take on. At last I found something to chase with all my might. I cannot fight or go against these feelings. No matter if one day I wake and blink away this world around me, and I'm lost in thoughts of what could be. I know that I will find my way, 'cause now I have this light within me. It shines on me forevermore. Every night following that dream, where I threw away that old and silly ribbon. Lights have adorned the city streets, and I've been without one thread or worry within. I need a sanctuary that will keep me safe, as if protected like an angel in heaven. If I cannot have wings, I'd like someone to trust. I know it must be wonderful like magic. If I could choose, I'd stay like this forever, while this world around me fills with colors I have never seen. I know I wouldn't hesitate, 'cause now the colors of each moment will change and change forevermore. Answers we cannot find, no matter if they're not kind. We'll find it even blind. That is true in my mind. I believe until the end that we are similar, my friend. One day I'll shine like this dream world. If you just take a moment to blink all those tears away from your eyes, and you manage to conceal your cries, you'll never fear again, because the future you yearned for in heartache will shine on you forevermore. Without a limit, no matter if one day I wake and blink away this world around me, and I'm lost in thoughts of what could be. I know that I will find my way, 'cause now I have this light within me.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Sword Art Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Shark, and today I still have Hikoru, who's my co-host, and has been absolutely wonderful this season. And
Hello.
and our special guest today is Lessa. Welcome to the show, Lessa.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, how are you guys doing this morning? I know Hickey has been a little bit sluggish due to, you know, fun late nights. So there's that.
5 a.m. Woo!
A bit on the rough
I-
side.
As you probably hear, I just.
Oh, Hickey, you're kind of cutting in and out.
Oh, am I crap? Hello, is this better?
Yes.
Okay. Watch.
So, Lessa, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. I did not stay up until 5 in the morning, but that's about when I had to get up. So I'm doing okay.
How's the child life treating you?
Pretty good. I'm pretty lucky. He's a good sleeper, so he doesn't take naps at all, but he will sleep through the night for the most part. So last night he just decided to get me up a little early, probably to make sure I wasn't late to the podcast.
There you go. Well, that's one way to do it. So we got some fun topics today. As always, we'd start off with talking about upcoming quest and events or current quest and events. Hickey, you got any say on what's in the pipeline? Well, sounds like Hickey's on other things right now. Les, I know you work closely with the floor developers. What do you have any idea of what's going on there?
I do know that they're taking a look at a lot of existing stuff and seeing if they can get it all cleaned up for us. So I know that there's some stuff coming down the pipes, even if it's not necessarily new content. It will be very shiny nonetheless. So that's what I've seen, and I'm sure Hick has more insight there.
Well, I guess Hick's not with us this morning.
I'm trying to get.
Er,
Is he being attacked? I don't know. What's
it sounds like he
happening over
is. At any rate, while he does that, let's while Hick figures out his life, let's I know you with working closely with those developers. Have you seen anyone taking any of the current quests that we have out so far?
Yeah, so I've actually seen a huge influx in people taking Hick's new stuff, all of the the stuff to get the statues and all the different nature quests, which I think is pretty cool. I'm actually doing one with Pin myself right now, so it's been really cool to see people getting involved in new stuff, just because they're all such good ideas, and it's really neat to see the different ways that people interpret them. So I've seen that. Outside of that, it seems kind of like a steady stream of the newcomers doing the fan favorites, which is kind of fun to see too, since I did those, 6 years ago.
Yeah, I remember making those. I remember making a lot of quests back in the day. Oof.
Well, and it's fun too to look back at the amount of people that are now like frontliners and 20 levels ahead of me that I like walked through secret medicine that many years ago. So it's kind of fun to look back and see all of that.
Yeah, it always is. Just brings you back to your roots.
Yeah. But it's kind of nuts to think about everything that's happened in the real world since then. I think about when I joined the site, I obviously didn't have a kid. I wasn't married. I didn't have a teaching job. I was just hanging out. And look at how far we've all come. We're all adults now.
Yeah, that's definitely the one thing I love about these kind of community sites. When you've got a fantastic community like this, you kind of all grow together and see each other grow throughout the past few years. I know myself have been here about, geez, I think a little over 5 or 6 years now.
Uh-huh.
So just seeing
Yeah.
everyone come and go and stick around,
Well,
it's
and
pretty
it's
fun.
too, because I just think about like I remember making a status when Kyle proposed to me, and like telling you guys when I got pregnant, and telling you guys, I'm getting married today, and just like you guys have kind of been there through every step of the way, and that's been really, really cool. Because I don't actually have a community like that anywhere else. So even even those times when I ducked out from the actual role playing, I still enjoyed bopping in here to say hi to you guys, and that's pretty special.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tool.
There's Hickey.
Yeah, finally got it working. I've just been kind of listening to you guys finish up.
Yeah, there you go. So Hick,
Oh.
circling back to quests and events. What you guys got going on?
Yeah, what Lessa said, we're not really focusing on like new content. Like 425 is good where it is, other than the bosses that are coming up, which I'm really excited for, but I'm terrified of myself because let's just say staff worked on the bosses and they're not as scary, but they're still scary,
Good.
which is great. But you guys should still come because we're not going for like player deaths, like I think people thought I meant. I didn't mean it that way, and that's kind of on me. I made it really scary. Really good. Apologies on my end as a co-host for giving you guys a misinterpretation. Said,
Yeah, I
Um,
think it's so weird that we all thought that Hick was gonna kill people when he was walking around telling people he was gonna kill people. Isn't that weird?
I made that mistake. I shush. I did no such thing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice.
Um, But for quests and everything, we are just going back and we're getting things ready for 3.0. So we're going over and reviewing a lot of old quests. We're updating them. Like I know one of the quests that's on my radar is Snake Out of Water, because that thing was stupid. It was my first boss, and it's not the best, and it needs some TLC. The big water snake. Um, But I think that's really what our focus is right now, is just getting ready for 3.0 more than anything. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And would
Alright,
you
can you
believe it?
guys hear me
3.0
okay?
is. We can hear you okay now.
Okay. Let me try talking a little bit louder. I
So
usually don't
yeah,
have this problem.
yeah, just one of those days. I've been there.
Yeah, if you could just yell for the rest of the podcast, I think the listening community would appreciate that.
I cannot.
I can adjust some audio.
You might want to adjust my audio because this is like as loud as I'm probably gonna get.
That's fine.
I am not hungover, Paz. I just woke up like 3 minutes ago. My apologies.
He hasn't
I
had his
forgot
coffee
this.
yet.
I literally just went down and got it,
Hey, good.
and it was only half a cup because we're out.
Aw, rest in peace.
I'll go make some.
So, anyways, Hick, what we got going on with floors? What floor are we currently on?
We are still on floor 25.
We're
But
still on floor 25.
The people right now are fighting the labyrinth boss, actually,
Oh, nice.
which is kind of exciting. This labyrinth boss took quite a few different changes, but the one we have right now, I'm really happy with. Staff as a whole, I'm gonna specify people really worked on it, worked their booty off on it. Hold on, let me go find their names. That would be Oscar, Bar, Axe. They all worked together and kind of came together as a group and went like, all right, this boss is trash. How can we make it dope? And that's exactly what they did. The boss that we have now is really interesting. I can't wait for the players to continue the fight. Because freaking when I read the new boss they have, which was the ballista, I was like, oh, heck yeah, that's... Because we've never had a mechanic like that in a boss fight. Or, in fact, as a mechanic, period, is using like a ballista or something like this. And I was like, ah, heck yeah. And then, these freaking, and I love you people, but y'all are idiots, decide, do we want to put Macrodon in the ballista and shoot it at the freaking dragon? That's some D&D crap, and I am absolutely in love with it. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I love it when that stuff
Because
happens.
that's something I would do. And I am very, very happy with it. but they are fighting the lab boss right now. The boss is just about ready to be pushed out from when they're ready and as a group. And please, we're not trying to kill you, but don't be an idiot and come unbuffed. And I'm also speaking to myself. I need to get my buffs. Just reminding myself. Get ready for floor 25 boss, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk. It's not trying to kill you, but it is pretty freaking dangerous. Like don't be dumb. Please. I don't want people mad at me or the staff. Like, if anyone would take the blame for this boss, it'd probably be the one that helped a lot with it. So, if you're mad at the boss and you get killed by it, and you did come buffed, I guess you can blame me. But that's just rolls. That's just my two.
Fair enough. So that's fun. What about where's the boss stuff at? Do you have any event bosses, or do you want to tease any of the upcoming boss?
That would be Lessa's department.
Well, then we can go right in. We've got a section for all things plot. So if you want, and just a reminder, if you are interested in joining the plot team, head out over to our application section and fill one out. I know Lessa would appreciate the help.
Yes, I am lonely and could appreciate a little more help, mostly just looking for people with really good ideas. So even if you are like, I don't know if my writing is up to par, number one, I'm sure it is. And number two, we just love to have some fresh new stuff. So please apply if you'd like to, or even if you don't want to be on staff but just want to share your ideas, you're always welcome to send them over. Like I said, we're pretty much like every single day talking about, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did this thing? So we're never going to not discuss your idea. So please send that over. I guess plot stuff. As of yesterday, we are officially done with the Christmas event. Thank God it's February. So if you've not done so yet, please head over to the New Life Years Festival parent thread. We've listed all of your rewards. And you can pick up your SP there, and the rest of your rewards will be sent to your account when I have time, which will hopefully be today. So we've also finished all of the gift giving, so that should be done too. Again, thank God, because yes. Other plot stuff. We did Obsidian Invasion last month. Which seemed to go over pretty well. It was a complete and total test run. Honestly, some of those those phases were written at like midnight in a phone call, just kind of throwing ideas around. And we have a lot we want to fix and do differently. But it was really, really cool seeing so many people who had not been active before become active to participate. So if you liked that, if you didn't like that, if you have thoughts, we're still accepting those too, even though it's been, a month since we ran that. So yeah, again, basically we're available if you have thoughts.
Just gonna mention, for all us old players, you might know what my item. It's called the Commander's Pendant. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, did you say commanders or commandment?
Commanders.
Oh. I was totally thinking something different.
You might have been, but I know what I'm thinking.
The OGs will know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about. But it's
Oh, you know 100%. I know, that's why I was like, oh, let's play on words here. Well, I guess Mari wants an ASMR from you, Hick.
Hold on. Oh, where's my mic? I'm gonna do a check. Am I louder now?
Yes.
Hi, Mari. It's very nice to see you today. I'm gonna go sip my coffee.
Well,
Okay, now
Alright,
we're
there's
all
your ASMR.
mildly uncomfortable.
tough crowd, Hick.
Hey, Mari asked for it. Like, I'm just pleasing the people.
Please don't phrase it like that.
But it's true.
I will phrase it in any way I would like. It is what, 11 o'clock in the morning for me. I am at 5 hours of sleep. Today is gonna be fun.
Well, go back to sleep after the podcast then.
After drinking this coffee, I don't think I can.
Well, rest in peace.
Honestly, I feel like I sound like All Might. Sorry for this random thought, but I just can't get the young Midoriya.
That was actually perfect.
Young Midoriya. Oh, that's so much fun. All right, we need to continue because I could do this for hours. I'm that state of mind.
Do you guys actually want to hear a fun story? That
Yes.
just reminded me of?
Story time with
Okay, so-
Lessa. Everyone get your
story
books
time
and
with
gather
Lessa.
around.
So, I was maybe 2-3 years ago. I was working a convention near me, and I was running this like an autograph session for the English voice actor for Deku. And I had never seen the show. I had no idea who this guy was. I just like worked the line and I talked to him, and he's a really nice guy. And then he was getting ready to leave, and he's like, "Hey, you never asked me for a picture or an autograph or anything. Do you want something? You've been a big help all day." And I said, "No, thanks. I don't know you, so it would be weird to get that from you." And then he walked away. And then I watched the show.
Oh
So
my
Not-
gosh,
not only was
Lessa!
not only was that mildly insulting to be like, "No thanks, I should have just done it," but yeah, that was great. I'm watching that show going, "Oh my god, what did I do?"
You missed a golden opportunity is what
I
you
know,
did.
I think
did.
everybody's just a little bit like Shelby, like want to grab you by the shoulders and just shake you a little.
Okay, well, I'm the same person that had tickets to see the original Hamilton with the original cast and said, "No, thank you. Alexander Hamilton was super boring. I don't want to see a show about him."
As
And,
a drama kid, I am insulted.
Well, okay, but this was when it first came out and nobody knew anything
I
about
don't
it.
care.
So my life is just one big line of things that I missed out on.
Apparently.
Wow, that sounded really emo. I apologize.
Well,
Anyways.
it happens. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but anyways, wrapping up plot, that's about it. There's something in the pipes, but until we get it cemented, I don't want to give too much away. But I do want to give a shout out to the people that helped me with ideas for it, because again, I like just going into general and being like, "Who wants to do a thing?" and then getting some thoughts. So thank you, people.
It really does help. People would be surprised.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it
fun
helps a
too, and I
lot.
think it's fun when you see your suggestions actually become something too.
Yeah, and I've talked to players about it mostly in DMs is like, I'll be like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on this mechanic?" Like, just getting thoughts and everything. And just like, it's good to hear players' insight. It's why back in the day we had the player representatives, but that just fell through really bad.
flopped
'cause
real
It was
hard.
a mess.
It flopped really hard. I remember when it happened, and it was a great idea, but the execution
Was
was
poor.
not very good. Yeah, it was bad.
I think we
But-
tried to do it with the wrong group of people.
Exactly. I
Well,
think now it would be different.
And I think the concept
Maybe.
of telling people that they have to be on this special handpicked team to have any impact on how we do things can be a little disheartening too. Like I know that wasn't
Yes,
the
that
premise
as
of
well.
the team, but I'd much rather be like, "We will take suggestions from anybody," instead of like, "Sorry, you're gonna have to have your special little team talk for you." And that was just uncomfortable.
It
Yeah,
makes
no,
sense in
I
a bigger
agree.
environment, that one that kind of everyone couldn't be on board with. It in terms of this kind of stuff, it just doesn't work the greatest.
Yeah. Now, if our
Agreed.
community suddenly exploded and we had like 200 plus people, that's when I'd be like, my voice just went really old man there.
Hickey, you're
That would
getting,
really
you're in
help.
that, you're heading that direction. It had to be said.
Listen, okay. I'm doing my best. Anyways, it helps to get some feedback on mechanics and such with people because they go against these things. We create them and we're always around them, so they become, and I don't say dull in a bad way, but they do become dull to us. Like my scent bosses, I made those like 2 years ago, and they finally got approved and worked on and like released. But they were just like projects to me. But the new staff that came, like Oscar and Barn, all of them saw them were like, "Whoa, let's freaking do these! These are awesome!" And I was like, "They're okay." They, like it just happens over time. We see it and we get used to it. It's not a bad thing. So seeing players talk about mechanics in a light that they've been against it and didn't create it, it gives a different point of view, and it makes it a lot easier to work and make things better as a whole, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it
Well,
does.
and I think a good thing to specify here too is like as long as you're obviously not being a jerk, like we all know the difference between critiquing things just to critique them and critiquing them to actually be helpful. You're
Right.
never going to offend staff if you're like, hey, I think you could have done this differently, or like this would have helped a lot, or you could have done this instead. Don't be afraid to say that because it will actually help us in the long run and we will take it
Oh
into
yeah.
consideration. Obviously, again, as long as you're not just talking to talk and, making us feel bad about ourselves, it's definitely appreciated. So do that.
Yes.
What Lessa said. I second that. Sorry, I was sipping coffee.
Nice. So I know it's been a while since our last podcast, and we had to reschedule from last week. We do so apologize about
Almost
that,
had
but
to
you
reschedule
know,
for this week.
yeah, we were 5 minutes away from
I'm sorry.
it.
I honestly I can't even tell you how crazy it is that I woke up because I just like instantly snapped awake, and then I looked over to my I'm like, what time is it? And then I see a message from Stark. I'm like, today's Saturday. Crap. Like it's just crazy. I just instantly woke up and I was like, okay, we got to go do this. I don't usually do that. Usually I just sleep till like 2:30 p.m.
Well, you
my
can do that
time.
tomorrow.
No,
Oh, that's right. You can't. Shoot, it's Sunday.
I can't.
Uh, well, at any
Joke's on
rate,
you. I'll be playing Switch all day.
oh, even better. Well, at any rate, since
Anyways,
our last podcast, we've had a good handful of donations, I'd say. And we do so thank you all for your generous support, and hope to continue seeing this site grow. And those generations. Oh boy, this has been rough.
generations of donations.
The generations of the donors that we've had have been growing by the year. There we go. Save that one. So we've got a few people. Alcor donated. Percival is still a monthly donor. I believe Mari donated. Morgenstern. I think has on another account. And I think that marks all of them. I think Mina was the last podcast shout out, but again, thank you all for your generous support, and we do truly, truly appreciate that. Helps keep the sites running.
Arigato!
So if for those of you who are new to this and didn't uh, know what the donations go towards, they all go towards either site content, service, all the fees associated with the site that Aaron pays. So it pays to keep itself running. So we do really appreciate that. Let's see here. You said they're currently fighting the Labyrinth boss for the front lines team.
Yeah.
What you want to talk a little bit about that boss or where that fight's at?
It's a dragon.
Rar.
but it's not a dragon, and I'll leave that there.
Wow. Spoilers.
Huge. Let's see. Is anything? Have you guys noticed any fun role plays that people have been in recently, or even some of your own? Dull
Yes.
crowd.
There's some good ones. Yeah. Oh, yes. The bar pin thread is good. The duel. It's wonderful.
Yes, that has been
I love
great.
it. It's like probably top 5 favorite threads on this site in its
Ooh,
entirety.
wow.
It's so good.
Wow.
It's so cool. And the thing I love about it is not only was it like so many threads in the making, because it's not just like bar and pin look at each other and being like, hey dude, you want to do this? I mean, there's a whole story that gets them to where they are, and it's so freaking emotional. And they're just both such phenomenal writers. And I just love it. And I read it sometimes.
Yeah, somebody tag them and tell them that.
Well, they both know.
Well, we have to reassure them.
Okay.
I love reassuring people that they're awesome. So, you know what? Hold on. I'm putting the phone.
Okay.
What are we supposed to hold on to? So, is there anything fun that you
Hold
want
on to your booties. Here we go.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I don't know why Pin is so, I don't know, so hesitant about his abilities, because they're amazing. They're way better than than anything I could do at his age. So it's really cool, and it's a good thread, and I like it.
There we go. There we go.
Beautiful.
Positive.
Jeez. Hmm.
Anyways,
I've given my positivity for the day.
I know that has his barbecue. That's going on right now. I've not hopped into that yet, but it looks to be pretty popular. And that's an OP that is available for your joining.
Wink
if you'd like
wonk.
to.
So if you guys want to join that, it sounds like that's a fun time. Go ahead and have some fun.
If I only had the time.
Yeah, same. So before we move on any further, I do want to say if you would like to come on the show and talk with us, go ahead and join in the call-in section of the Discord. If you have any questions or topics that you want talked about and they're not, you don't want to get in the call-in, go ahead and send those to us, and we'll do our best to answer those for you.
But don't ask any hard questions. Don't put me on the spot.
Wink. So without further ado, let's see here. I do know that floor development is actively recruiting. So if you are interested in any kind of floor development, whether it be plot, whether it be, focusing on boss creation, event creation, you name it, anything floor development related, go ahead and get in touch with either myself or Morgenstern, and we can get you the appropriate information regarding to that section. Let's see, I think systems is still looking for people. And really, I think if you applied to anything on the staff, I think they're all looking. So if you have any questions about staff team or the application process, go ahead and get in touch with either myself or one of the GMs, and we'll answer those questions to the best of our ability. So Hick, what's in progress for anything?
Mainly we're trying to get things together for 3.0, like I said, so we're going over old old floors and we're making them better. We're updating them because, like, I could think of floor 11 to whatever the number is just, they were not well made. They were thrown together last second because the staff team at that time did not care about lore or anything on floors and just wanted to punch them out. And that's kind of what happened. And I respect the speed that they pushed out content, but the quality was really, really bad. Like, needed a lot of TLC afterwards, and we have to clean up after that, and that's what we plan on doing. Plan on updating a lot of things that way. Working on getting floor 26 ready at this point, because floor 25 will breeze through eventually. We're not trying to make the boss as like super stocky as like Leviathan or Tesseleth. We're making it a challenge in a different way that doesn't involve its health bar, and it took us a long time to learn that. I myself am mostly guilty of that, and I will admit that. I thought, bigger health bar meant bigger boss, but I just was looking at it the wrong way. So we're doing that way. There's a lot going on in the background that I just haven't 100% been here with. I've been really, really busy IRL, so I haven't been on staff a lot. So that's kind of on me, but I'm just trying to get school done ahead of time so I can work.
So I do see we have Haz in the call-in, so we're gonna bring him in.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Hello.
Oh my god,
All
I
right,
gotta turn
I'm
that
heading.
down.
From that alone, I'm leaving. I will see you later.
Like I said, Hick, I will get my microphone especially for you.
Well, good morning, Haz. I don't know what time it is for
Good
in your
morning,
neck of the
Haz.
woods.
Good afternoon.
It's great to see
Good
you
afternoon.
today.
There you go.
Actually,
So,
almost good evening.
Oh.
Hi.
So what do you want
Yeah.
to talk about?
No questions. Yeah, so, cause I left, so yeah. So I don't know anything at all. So yeah, just a special question for Shelby. Also, sorry again. Valentine, how are you doing there?
Good.
Great. Oh, you bastard. Nothing planned?
So is that it, Haz?
I'm just waiting for Shelby to answer.
What did you need?
What you going to do with Valentine? Cause
Oh, what am I doing for Valentine's Day?
yes, what you're doing for Valentine's Day with Blood. Cause yeah,
Oh.
a week.
Well, it's still in the works. Like I mentioned earlier, I want to run it by involved parties before we roll anything out, but it's not going to be nearly as structured as Obsidian Invasion, and it's not going to be nearly as take all this free stuff as the Christmas event was. So it's going to be
Those are special events, so yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty laid back. It's gonna be pretty staff hands off, but there is going to be some use, or I guess some mechanics to get you writing with some new people. There's a little bit of a new activity in there that we're gonna test run, so you may want to prepare yourself for that.
No, I'll give you your evil laugh.
I will give you the evil laugh. But yeah,
I don't
thanks.
know, my voice is like 3 decibels lower than it
Yeah, that's
ever
all I
is.
needed to know. Just
So it's just. You have no power here.
I will put you back into my dungeon, Hick.
Young Midoriya. Alright.
Don't try me, Hick.
Oh, I will try you.
Interesting conversation. How you doing, guys?
Alright. I
Doing
had
well.
my fun with Hess.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just gonna sit here. Well, other people.
well, I mean, I will say that I think next week or not next week, next podcast episode being March 7th. I think it's the 7th. That's going to be Ariel. So, Ari's gonna have some fun stuff, has some fun stuff planned, and we'll see how that goes. I am working on getting a second special guest for that episode, so we can have a little bit better of an idea of the questions, just fitting that section that she is talking, or he rather, in-game character she is talking about, and it would, I will say it'll be probably focused around systems in general. So that might be an interesting podcast for some of you guys that are on the train full of mechanics and stuff that's coming up, which is very soon.
Hooray.
And then after that, I don't think we have anyone else planned. So if you want to get in on this action, go ahead and fill out an application in the podcast section of the blogs. All the information is there. If you can't find it, go ahead and shoot me a message. I'll get that sent over to you when I get a chance. If no one is on after that, then we're gonna probably call it an early season and move on with our lives. We did have
Right.
some recent discussions amongst staff as ourselves, and anyone on staff is able to get the PST role and help answer questions or get tagged in the Ask a Staff section. So the player support team is going to tag any staff with that role, and they'll be able to help get you any answers to your questions or guides thereof. So there's that, and I don't really have anything else on this nature. Oh, yes, and GMs can do name changes now. I did some rework with a lot of the roles and permissions, so people are able to get stuff done in my absence.
Finally, I mean, I'm gonna miss having to rely on you.
You know, honestly,
Love
we
to
don't
work.
even
Well-
need Shark anymore.
Yeah, honestly, leave. Get out of here. We love
Alright,
you, but
I guess I'm
go
out.
do your IRL
See ya,
job.
guys.
See ya. We love,
Jeez.
we love you, Shark. You know. Oh, he's muted. All right. Hello, everybody. I am the new host. Hello, I am the new host. Hicks, the new host. It's great to see you guys. All right, let's go back to the itinerary today. Unlimited power. Sorry, I'm really sleepy. So that
Man, I was
movie's going over
I was
my
eager
head.
to see how that went. Hicks running the podcast now, guys. That's it. Done.
I was ready. I was pulling up the itinerary. I was getting ready. Like, don't you worry about me.
So at any rate,
Anyways.
if no one else has any questions or wants to come on, then I think we're gonna be calling this an early episode. Actually, it's not really early. I think we've been live for just over 40 minutes.
Yeah,
So that's about right.
just about. By the way, guys, what are you doing in here?
Read.
Nice. Nice.
Could I make a quick plug at the end of the episode real quick?
Go for it.
Just something that was on the itinerary that I don't think that we got to. It's just kind of a general request for any floor ideas or floor themes. I know I kind of alluded to this at the beginning of the episode. Like, if you have any ideas, send them to us. But as we are
Yes.
moving forward and creating new content, I know right now we're working on revamping old stuff, but as we move forward, if you have any ideas for like the look or the theme or types of monsters we could have there, or weird floor quirks, everything's underwater, I don't know, any ideas that you have, we'd love to hear them, because we have ideas too, but we want to make sure that we're representing what you guys are looking for, because it's no fun to write in floors that you don't actually care about. Another thing too, that we're looking at right now, and I know I asked you guys for this last month, just areas that already exist that you're interested in exploring more of. So like if you go to your the floor index and you look at each of these floors, especially 1 through 10, you'll see that there's things like the void on floor 10 or the temple of 3 on floor 7, just those weird things that exist in the lore but we don't do anything with them. We're currently in plot creating a way to incorporate those. So again, if you have any of those that you'd like to look into, let me know.
And be patient with us as we are people with IRL jobs and IRL things. Like Lessa's got a freaking other human that's living in her house that she has to take care of now.
Yeah. Fun fact: the first post of the labyrinth boss that you guys are fighting right now, I wrote one-handed with my phone while I bounced my child. So, if you're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, this is an interesting post," it was written while holding a baby.
I'm just like we love you guys and we love pushing out content, but a lot of us do get busy IRL, so please just bear with us some days because it's not super easy to juggle everything. And some days, like this past week for me, I had to step back and just not do anything staff to focus on schoolwork. Next week, this coming week, is a lot like lighter for me, so I'm gonna be around a little bit more.
Well, and we're also really lucky as a staff right now that I think this is, in my experience, the most effective and cohesive staff has ever been.
Yeah,
Like
no, exactly.
when when those 72 hours of the lab boss ended and it was time for a boss post, and I was just like not in the right mindset, Bar was more than willing to step up and take that over for me. And we're really, really lucky that we have a staff that's willing to do that for each other. So
Exactly.
it's pretty cool.
It's just like we love you guys and we love doing this for you. Just if things are going a little bit slow, please, we're probably just as frustrated as you are. Like just know that. We love you guys.
And this podcast has basically turned into us like begging you to be patient. Oops.
Bal
Oops.
said, can we like submit a revision for an existing floor? I think if you send that to Hick or Morg, they'll look it over and see what they can do for it. So,
That
and
would
anyone
probably
else
be good.
have
Yeah, I'd
some?
love to take this.
Yeah, there you go. So, anyone else have any last comments, thoughts, things you want to say before we go ahead and wrap it up here?
Because has asked me. I love you, young Midoriya.
Well, there you go.
There you go. I'm calling you young Midoriya now, just 'cause I don't know. I'm gonna enjoy this voice while I have it.
Righto, what worries about 3.0?
What?
Right, I was saying, worries with the implementation with 3.0.
Like basically any concerns that would come from us rolling 3.0 out, I'm assuming.
Most likely.
Yeah. I
Um,
personally don't.
go ahead, Hick.
I personally don't have any. What's coming in 3.0 has been overdue. Like, sorry, I'm trying to think of all the stuff that's going on. Like, you guys know quite a bit now. I think we release some of it to the public. But
Oh, we have Axios in the call-in.
oh no,
This
boss!
will be good.
It's boss.
Hey, Axios, good morning.
Good morning. It's at like
Hey.
9 a.m. for me, and I'm usually not up at this time.
Magic. So what you
Yeah.
got for us?
Okay, well, first of all, the main things. Okay, so mainly it was just to answer Rido's question about like the any worries we have about 3.0. The biggest concern right now about 3.0 is really just settling crafting, pretty much. Crafting is in this weird like discussion slash debate slash standstill. But other than that, that is familiar balance in 3.0 is also another thing, but most likely will not change until 3.1. So 3.0 current beforehand was actually split up into two versions now, 3.0 and 3.1. 3.1 is where a lot of the new content will be. I think 3.0 will still have the floor rework that all of the floor developers are working really hard on.
Working our big old booties off.
Yeah, and then but filmmakers, if they will see the change that you saw in the info dump, will most likely be in 3.1 in a very modified form because as most people know that's it's not good. If I'll also put the info dump in patching notes, sorry, in the podcast channel too, actually, if anyone wants to take a look at them.
Perfect.
Um, just in case people haven't seen them yet.
So have fun looking that over. I know it's going to contain a lot of information that could put a lot of you at ease and answer main questions you have. I believe the main document is the info dump, correct, Axios?
Yeah. That's pretty much including all the 3.0 resource list and all of the changes we're planning to implement originally through the dev patching notes. I think it's just like cuts a lot of the fat out so that you don't have to go through a lot of stuff to go through things that were uh, deprecated, essentially.
Perfect. And anything else you want to touch on?
Um,
Either regards to your team, to future plans.
so systems would like we could very easily help in if even if you're not good with numbers, you don't need to be good with numbers for systems. Ultimately, what needs to happen is design choices and then implementation follows. If you are good at making concept ideas for what needs to be changed, you don't need to balance that yourself. You can have there's a ton of people who can help you balance it, and maybe you'll pick it up how to balance it along the way. Maybe you won't. It doesn't matter. We mainly just need people who can create ideas essentially to help out with 3.0 systems to help decide essentially what's the good design choice we should make. The 3.0, yeah, the 3.0 update, what comes with crafters ranks, that is the original idea. It converts to skill, you put into SP into other skills, but that's currently up to debate pretty much. Um, and then the familiars, what you see in the info dump is partially true. That is the correct previous version. However, that is still up to debate if we even want to implement it, and if it will be in 3.1, not 3.0. The reason why we want to split it up into two different versions is because we want to make it so that um, we can assess how the impact that 3.0 made, and then decide on from there what else we should essentially release and how we should modify 3.0 so that it, essentially becomes stable rather than this whole broken thing. Well, we can XP for pre 3.0 crafts and gain SP or just gain these rings. Um, I believe, let me check, but I believe we said that it was going to be, or what we talked about was, let me check. Um, a coal and mat payout, and possibly, I think actually we might not have talked about this in the, yeah, it wasn't. So 3.0 may possibly have demonic crafting at a really, really weird stipulation. It's gonna be rare for the chance for that to happen, and very, very limited because uh, 3.0 crafting rework may also see tier-based materials transfer to quality-based materials. Um, So the highest tier crafters may possibly get the chance to craft demonics right off the bat in 3.0, because we're gonna see a mat and coal payout from the EXP that you would gain from crafting. Um, mat, yeah, mat and coal. I said that right?
Yep.
Okay. So the reason why we're not converting it into EXP or gain SP or regain the rings is because we decided it was pretty difficult to determine what we should like if we're gonna make all of the skills into 5 rings and make it so that it's gonna be very difficult to decide how much XP someone gets because people have like tens of thousands of XP, and then um, that doesn't nicely convert into XP for 3.0, pretty much.
Nice. So it's gonna be good everything coming out. So look forward to it. It's finally around the corner. So the jokes might be dying down, but we can start jokes for 4.0.
Gosh,
I don't even think we're
man,
gonna actually do a 4.0. I think it's just kind of refining the 3.0 system.
Half-Life 3 came out before before SAO 3.0.
Yeah. So if you guys have any other ideas or the whatnot, go ahead and let us know, and we'll work with you on trying to get those incorporated or refined. We'll see. Aside from that, I don't have anything else. I don't know if you guys do or not.
Nope.
I'm getting tagged because of the banners. That's something. Was it in the suggestion box? I don't remember seeing it in the suggestion box.
I think it might have been in the suggestion box, way back. I'm
Oh,
not.
oh,
I
I
don't
do
remember.
remember it. I do remember. Actually, it was actually just a couple weeks ago. Um, I believe the reason uh Oscar actually I believe was actually addressing it. The one where oh, actually no, he was addressing the Balder energy region increase. Um, I'll take a look at it. I'll make sure to get that addressed. Yeah, my bad. Um, I'll just copy and paste it, and then yeah, I'll get that addressed and see what we can do about it if it's something that we could possibly do. Um, but yeah,
All right. So your voice is being heard. So be happy it's
uh,
being heard.
oh, one thing, if any of you guys come up with a good way to possibly buff freeze, any enhancement that you guys think that needs to be made or buffed, please let us know. Um, I know we know that there's a lot of things that need to be essentially made viable. Burn okay. Um, I was like so confused. I was like, huh? Man, it's I'm not used to waking up this early. Yeah, just let us know.
All right.
That's it for me.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up here for the podcast. I'd like to thank you guys all for tuning in, participating, having some fun, just hanging out with us in general. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Lessa for being our special guest today.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you for inviting me.
As always, Hick, thanks for joining us and just barely making
No
it. You
problem,
made it
Boo
nonetheless,
Bear.
so we'll count it. Again, if you
I
guys
always make
have
it.
any interest in being on the podcast, go ahead and fill out that registration, and we'll get your podcast number sent out to you.
And it's not nearly as bad as it sounds. Like I was losing sleep last night, and it
Must have
wasn't
said
so
she
bad.
was terrified last night.
I was like laying in bed awake last night, and I'm like, I can't do it. But it wasn't terrible.
But no, we have some fun here, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, no, that's all it is.
Axios, thank you for popping in. Haz, thanks for popping in. And thank you for everyone else who sent in some questions or just straight up asked us any. So, thank you guys for watching, and from there, we will see you next episode.
Bye.